All right, kids, this is Mrs. Robertson. I want to go over the answers to the arithmetic quiz. Number 1 is really easy, 6,398. Number 2, you can see how I borrowed, 3,144. Number 3, you can see how I multiplied. You get 12,936. Number 4, the careless thing is when you multiply by 8, you had to put down 2 place value zeros. And you get 460,226. Someone just turned this in, and I think it needs a name. So maybe that's still a no-name paper that's right there, but there's no name on that paper. Now we're ready to do number 5. In number 5, how many 56s are in one none, and a 15 none, and 156? There are 2. And we're now ready to subtract. 44, bring down the 8. It will go into that, I think, 7 or 8 times. I'm going to try 8. Yeah, perfect. So the answer is 28 with no remainder. If you use 7 when you subtract, your number is bigger than a 56, so you know it's got to be a number larger than 7. Now, in number 6, there's no decimal here in the 4. So then you just put it straight up. How many 4s are in an 8? 2. Subtract, bring down. How many 4s are in a 0, 2? 0. Subtract, bring down. How many 4s are in a 28? 7. Most of you did a nice job on that. It's $2.07. In number 7, you have to change it to an improper fraction before you can multiply. So 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7. You have 7/3 times 6/5. Now you can multiply straight across or simplify before you multiply. And here 3 will divide 3 and 3 divides 6. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 6 divided by 3 is 2. Now I'm going to multiply across 14 over 5. 14/5 equals 2 4/5. Any questions? This one was pretty friendly because the denominators are the same. So it'll stay in 8. You have 10 eighths. That equals 1 2/8. And 1 2/8 will simplify to what, class? 1 1/4. I did not count off for simplifying. I don't know if they will count off on the Mastery Connect test or not. I will let you know on Thursday because I will see the copy of the test before then, and I'll let you know what they want you to do. This one is pretty friendly. 3/8 minus 2/8 is 1/8. I still had kids that missed that. I was surprised. Yeah. This problem, they missed it. Now, in the next one, our common denominator we have to find a common denominator. What is it going to be between a 3 and a 6? A 6, that's right. 2/3 equals 4/6 because 3 times 2 is 6. 2 times 2 gives me the 4. Don't forget your 1. Now, 4/6 plus 3/6 is 7/6. Don't forget your 1. Now, 7/6 is an improper fraction. It equals 1 1/6. So 1 plus 1 equals 2 1/6. Are there any questions on how to do these problems? It's just easy to make careless mistakes sometimes. So now let's go and look at the back side. Now, I counted 2 answers right for number 1 because it was hard to tell if it was a 1 or a 7. So 7 times 1,000 is 7,000, and 9 times 100 is 900. 7,900. Now, if you have 1,900, I counted that right too. If you have 1,900 counted wrong, just let me know and I'll change the answer. 6 times 1 is 6. 3 times 1/10 is 3/10. So you could have 6 3/10 written that way, or 6.3. Either one of those should be counted correct. In number 3, you change the 8 to a 7 2/2 because the denominator is 2. 2/2 minus 1/2 is 1/2. 7 minus 1 is 6. 6 1/2. Any questions? Carter, what are we going to do on number 14? Right. 7/9 times 3/1. You could have 21/9, or you could simplify before you multiply. 3 divides 3 once. 3 divides 9 3 times, and you have 7/3. Both of them will equal 2 1/3. So your final answer, oh, thank you, 2 1/3. Yeah, you got to be careful. That's why on the test, make sure you always go over and look at your answers carefully. Now, just in case you didn't simplify, you would have had 21/9. 9 goes into that 2 times, that's 18. 2 3/9 also equals 2 1/3. Okay, so either way, you can still get the same answer. Number 15, when you're adding decimals, you line the points up. So you have 0.5, carry a 1. The answer is 1 12/100. Any questions? In number 16, the same thing. Now, if there's not a decimal point, it goes behind the number. All right, so you have 3.6 plus a 9 plus 75/100. And you can fill your empty spots with zeros. My decimal point is lined up. And you have 13 35/100. Any questions? Number 17, here you have to subtract. Line your decimal points up again. I'm just going to put it underneath this one. The 4 goes under the 6. Empty spots, 2 minus 0 is 2. 6 minus 4 is 2. The answer is 0.22, or 22/100. Any questions? Number 18. In this problem, there's no decimal point in the 5. Where is it going to go, Sophia? Warner? No, it goes behind it. That'll go there. So now you have 5 decimal point minus 4.25. Think of it as $5 minus $4.25. How much money do you get back? 75 cents. So you borrow. 10 minus 5 is 5. 9 minus 2 is 7. And it's 75/100. Think of that like you would money. Any questions? 3 times 6 is 18. How many numbers are behind the decimal point? 1. So you have to have one number behind the decimal point in the product. 1 18, or 1 8/10. This one. So if you have 9.2 times 0.06. Remember, you don't line them up when you multiply. 6 times 2 is 12. Carry a 1. 6 times 9 is 54. Plus 1 is 55. Now, how many numbers are behind the decimal point? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And the decimal point goes in front of the 5. You could have 0.55 2 or just 0.552. Any questions on that? Do you all know how to do those? The next one. 3 times 6 is 18, carry a 1. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. We're done multiplying. Heidi, do you have a question? Okay, let's face this. This was the most missed problem because they didn't count their decimal points. How many numbers are behind the decimal point? There it is. 1, 2, 3. There it is. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have to have 2 zeros in front of it. It's 0.0048. Make sure you know those answers. In number 22, move it straight up. There's not one here to move. How many 8s are in a 4? 0. How many 8s are in a 48? 6. So the answer is 6/10. This one here, 1/5 can't subtract 4/5. So 5 says, I will help you, and it turns into 4 5/5. And then it combines forces. 5/5 plus 1/5 makes it the mighty 6/5. Now 6/5 minus 4/5 is 2/5, and 4 minus 3 is 1. 1 2/5. And the last problem, we have a decimal in the divisor, which on your test you will have a decimal in your divisor. I know on one of the problems. You have to move it out. 1, 2. 1, 2. Put it straight up. How many 5s are in a 5? 1. Subtract. Bring down. How many 5s are in a 3? 0. Subtract. Bring down. How many 5s are in a 35? 7. 10 7/10. Any questions? All right.